Yo, what's going on, Jets fans? Welcome into the Jets Report. I'm your host, Patrick Siepman, and coming up on today's show, I wanted to go and rank my top 5 draft targets for the New York Jets at pick number 7. The first wave of NFL free agency came and went, so I just want to dive into who I would want the Jets to target with that 7th overall selection. But before we dive into it, first off, I want to say thank you guys so much. We are actually closing in on 4,000 subscribers here at the channel, so credit to all 3,900 of you guys who have hit that sub button so far, but we just need 63 more subs to hit 4K here on the channel. So if you guys are brand new here, we break down all of the latest Jets news, rumors, etc., and we will keep you guys posted with everything you need to know around your favorite football team. So hit that subscribe button today and help us reach 4,000 subs. All right, let's dive into it. My top 5 draft targets for the New York Jets, and we're going to start off here with probably the fan favorite selection at pick number 7, and that being Penn State tight end Tyler Warren. I absolutely love this guy. I couldn't be more higher on a player, honestly, coming out of the draft. Like, if I had to guarantee one guy to not be a bust, it would be Tyler Warren. So this is my dream pick for the New York Jets, and it will not change before draft night. I promise you that. Even if we get like some reports about some other guys rising up the draft boards, I will stay to this. I think Tyler Warren is that special. He will bring a sense of physicality to your offense. He'll help the run game. He'll help the pass game. And with Tanner Engstrand coming from the Detroit Lions and how often they lose Sam Laporta last season, I'm sure he's looking at this Jets roster, not seeing a star tight end or any tight end, frankly, at that position besides Stone Smart right now. He's probably looking at Warren as a guy that can change this offense. So Tyler Warren, listen, he was very, very productive this past season. I love seeing the jump from 2023 to 2024, where he only had 422 yards in his junior campaign, but then the senior year, he was a stud. And I fully believe this. I think Tyler Warren will be a top 5 tight end the moment he hits the NFL, just like how we saw Brock Bowers last year. And if we probably had a redraft of the 2024 NFL draft, I bet you Brock Bowers probably goes in the top 10. So if you guys are hesitant over taking a tight end in the top 10, don't be. This guy will be a top 5 tight end right away. He really reminds me of a combination of George Kittle, Rob Gronkowski, where he has the 50-50 ability of Gronk and the ability to run after the catch like Gronk does, but he also has that physicality and that swagger, and just his demeanor reminds me a lot of George Kittle. So I couldn't be higher on this guy, and right now he will stay my number 1 draft target for the New York Jets. But let's kick it to the Mizzou tackle here, Armand Membou. Now, he's getting a lot of comparisons to our good old friend Trent Williams. Just a lot of his attributes and a lot of his measurables do compare to him. And in terms of just drafting an offensive tackle at pick number 7, I love the idea of the Jets getting their tackles of the future set in place, because you're banking on Olu Fashanu being your left tackle for the next 10 seasons and playing at hopefully an all-pro level. And then I think Armand Membou, he could potentially be your right tackle of the future, and he could play at an all-pro level. I mean, what easier kind of 2 positions to make a quarterback's life easier than the offensive tackle position, and Membou can step in and do just that. And he was awesome for Mizzou this past season. He played in over 800 snaps and did not allow a single sack, posting great PFF grades, 90.4 overall, 85 in the pass block, 87.6 in the run block. And also, this guy, he's just a freak athlete. Like, his RAS score comes out to 9.89, which is ridiculous. He ran a 4.9140 coming in at 6'4", 332 pounds. He had a 34-inch vertical, which is ridiculous for a man that size, and his broad jump was very solid as well. And also, I love the 10-yard split. That's a huge measurement and a huge indicator, especially for offensive linemen, to just judge their explosive potential at that position. But I'll ask you guys this. Who would you draft? If you're a new GM, Darren Mougey, are you taking Membou? Give me an AM down below in the comment section. Or if you're going with Tyler Warren, give me a TW. I would be thrilled with either of these picks for the New York Jets, but if I was making the call, give me the Penn State tight end at pick number 7. Now let's dive into 2 guys coming up here who could potentially fall down draft boards, even though I think it's unlikely. But we'll talk about my number 3 draft target, and that being Mason Graham, defensive tackle from Michigan. And kind of like what I was saying with Tyler Warren, I would be shocked if this guy ends up not being an all-pro caliber player the immediate second he steps in the NFL. He's got an incredibly high motor. He's got great technique. He's got a great set of pass rush moves from the interior. And I'll tell you what, a Mason Graham Quinnen Williams front four would be electric with Jermaine Johnson on the outside. I mean, you would really create one of the best front fours in the National Football League, and you would have two blue chippers on the interior. And they're both do-it-all guys. Like Mason Graham can take on double-team blocks. Same with Quinnen Williams, but also on these pass rush downs, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10. Both these guys can push that pocket to the back or to the feet of the quarterback, and that's the number one way to throw off a quarterback's game is just continue to push that pocket back. And if you'd have two guys in Graham, in Quinnen Williams, I'm sure Steve Wilks would have a field day with these two on the defensive line. And we'll talk about a guy who I think has less than a 5% chance to get there to the Jets at pick number 7. But in a recent mock draft, they did have Abdul Carter, Penn State tight end, falling. Now, this guy's a stud as well. Honestly, this draft, there's about 8 to 9 guys who I think are maybe generational is a little rich, but they are true blue chip prospects. And Abdul Carter is that. I mean, he started off his collegiate career playing more Mike linebacker. Then he shifted to the edge position. And I don't know if it's just the number 11 jersey at Penn State, but he truly does remind me of a guy like Micah Parsons for the Dallas Cowboys. He's a freak athlete. He's got crazy good bend when he's coming off the edge. And he was dominating the college football playoff while he was also banged up. Keep in mind, and he had 12 sacks in 16 games, great at setting the edge, 24 tackles for loss. And listen, I don't think there is a chance that he is there at pick number 7. I think he'll probably end up going, top 4 in this draft. But for some reason, if it goes like quarterback, Giants go Travis Hunter, and the Patriots want to go like Mason Graham or offensive lineman, then the Jags are there. Maybe they go a different direction. And then the Raiders at 6 go Ashton Jeanty, and they're like, oh shit, Abdul Carter's on the board. I mean, this is an auto pick for the New York Jets. So he's at number 4 for me, but realistically, he would probably be number 1. I just think it's very unlikely that he falls to pick number 7. But we can kick it to safety here. Let's talk about Malaki Starks because, besides Andre Sisco at that safety position, the Jets need to make a move still to just shore up that secondary. And maybe Malaki Starks won't be the pick at pick number 7, but we have seen, especially with the Lions, and you got 2 guys high up in this Jets organization now from Detroit, they are more than willing to trade back up into the first round to draft a player they want. So potentially the Jets, maybe they're saying, hey, we could trade back, then trade back up to go land a guy like Malaki Starks. I think it would be a good idea. But, this guy's a very versatile safety, can play multiple different positions on that defense. And we know with these crazy defensive minds that the Jets have now, Aaron Glenn, Steve Wilks, they are going to love versatile football players. And that's what Starks is. And at Georgia, the last 4 seasons, he's just been consistent. Career stats in 43 games played, 6 TFLs. He can play in the box, be great against the run, 6 interceptions. He has that playmaker and those instincts that I love. And listen, if it's at pick number 7, I think it's a little rich for my liking. I think this would be a ballsy pick. But then again, I feel like Aaron Glenn hopped on a press conference and said, hey, we think this guy's going to be the best safety in the league in a couple of years. I would tend to believe him that he could get the most out of a guy like Malaki Starks, considering a guy like Brian Branch, like Terrion Arnold, obviously different positions, but in the secondary regardless, he has gotten the most out of those guys. And, both those guys very similar to Malaki, where it's not like they're these freak show athletes, but they're just good football players. They got great instincts, and I think Starks has that in him. So maybe the Jets, maybe they get aggressive this year, and they're like, hey, we'll go draft Tyler Warren at 7. Then if we see Starks falling in the 20s, then maybe we just trade back up in the first round and land the safety out of Georgia. But I do want to say thank you guys so much for watching today's show. And if you guys made it to the end, just hit me with the Go Jets down below in the comment section. Appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. And the draft just about a month away. So if you guys could hit that subscribe button. Also hit me up on Twitter. If you guys got any questions around your New York Jets, that's a handle. My DMs are always open. So if you guys got a question for me, hit me up over there. We'll see you guys next time. As always, Go Jets.